Welcome everybody, we're going to be checking out Cities Skylines 2 today. This is kind of a controversial game. It hasn't really gotten off to a great start. Now, I did actually purchase the Ultimate Edition of this, so that means I do have the Beachfront Properties DLC, which of course is now made free for everyone. I haven't played this since it first came out. I think I have, if I remember correctly, at least 50 hours in the game, so I did get quite far, but it's been a while since I've played it, so I might need to refresh my memory on some things. So for this playthrough, we're gonna go with the Corral Riches map, and that's just because it's flat, and I hate working with terraforming. I find it so tedious. So this is just going to make it a little bit easier for me to start out. So we're going to go with that. Sure, we can call it Grantley. I'm going to keep the theme as North American because that's just what I'm personally familiar with. The rest of this is fine. I'm going to keep the tutorials disabled. I might regret that later, but I think I remember everything that I need to do to play this. That being said, let's get started. I'm going to pause the game real quick. Now, I was hearing reports for a while that the waterfront housing doesn't work anymore and it just shows as a box. I guess we're going to test that out. I'm not sure if they've actually updated and fixed that now, but we're gonna find out. Now, I think the first thing I'm going to do is extend this road just a little bit. I'm gonna have that curved just a bit. Actually, you know what? Is that a rail line? Oh, I thought that was a road. It's a rail line. I was gonna have that lead up with the rail line. You know, we could probably still do that because I'm gonna connect to my train station up there too. So yeah, let's eventually work our way up there. But for now, the main area of my city is gonna probably be a little bit closer to the coastline. So I'm gonna go with just a regular 2-lane road, and I don't want to make it too grid-like, but I still want to have some grids. So I'm going to place that one down there, and I will actually create a little bit of a grid on this side. Something like that looks pretty good. And I do want to have a road that kind of follows the coastline. We can actually bring this one down here. And I'm going to create another grid down here as well, but this time I'm going to have it curved in this direction. Like I said, I still want the grids, but I don't want it to be super grid-like, like everything is facing the same direction and everything. So we're going to go with that. I'm going to extend one of these roads up here. I'll probably actually connect that back here as well. I know this isn't the prettiest looking thing right now, but we're going to fix that. What I'm probably going to do for this little triangle is I'll put a couple parks in here, and I will just create my own roads and landscaping around the parks to make it look like this entire area is a park. It'll look a lot better that way, trust me, and trust the process. Let's take a look here, and I want to figure out where I want to place my industry. So you can see the arrows which point to the wind direction. Now, when you place this, you don't want the pollution to go into your town. So in this map, with the way that the wind direction is, I do not want my industry to be anywhere up here. Likely, I'm gonna have to put it in this corner down here, and I'm probably gonna have to unlock another tile here. Now, as far as power goes, you saw a lot of those little blobs of water. I'd like to eventually get to the point where I can unlock the geothermal power plant, and I'm probably gonna place that right over here in this area where my industry is. But for now, we can connect the town up to this power from the outside city. I think it would probably do us a little bit good to have more roads connected to our little area here so that traffic doesn't jam up on like one of these two roads. So let's do that, and I'm gonna try to expand up here as well a little bit. I'm gonna extend this right here, and then I'm gonna probably place another grid. I'm gonna place this one right down here as well, and since this is right here, I'm gonna connect it up. That looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and get some power in. So I'm going to extend this road real quick. I'm going to put the transformer down there. It's going to be pretty close to the geothermal plant whenever I unlock that. So this is going right here, and then I'm going to connect the wires up with this right up here. Before we can start building, we're going to need some water and sewage. So let's take a look real quick with the sewage outlet. I want to make sure that this isn't flowing into our city or into where we are pumping in our water. So you can see with the arrows, the water direction is kind of flowing outwards on this this side towards this river. So the sewage outlet is gonna have to be over here. I'm gonna place that down, connect that up with the rest of the city. There we go. And we're gonna need a water pumping station, or we could also do a water tower, but I think we're just gonna do the water pumping station since we have all this water right here. Let's see, I don't think I have a road close enough to the water right now, so I'm gonna have to create a new road just for this. I'm gonna place this out here. And we've hit the tiny village progression, even though I haven't built any actual buildings in the city yet. I'm just gonna do actually a little alley back behind here that connects to this water pump. Oop, I still have the grid turned on. Hold on. Yeah, we'll connect this up right down here. Now let's start zoning our city and get some buildings in here. So I'm going to zone some of the low density housing. Once we get towards the water here, I do want to try out the waterfront housing just to see if that's working. If it's not, I'm gonna delete it and replace it with just the regular low density housing. But we'll try this for right now, see what happens. Now, for those of you who have watched my SimCity 4 playthroughs, you can see that I'm not necessarily the best city designer or anything like that. Now, in this game, you can actually get some decent looking cities without being an expert in city planning or anything like that. So that's going to be great. I think I can get this area looking really, really nice just from some small, simple things that I can do. Up here at this main road, I'm probably going to put most of my commercial in. Also going to place a medical clinic in here as well. I think that's going to go right in here on this offshoot. I'm going to have that be on the corner there. And as for the recycling, I'm not going to worry about that just yet. We can have that exported from the other towns. So that's what I'm going to do just for the time being. I'm still getting flashbacks from earlier on in the game when the trash was kind of bugged. I don't think that it's like that anymore, but I'm not going to risk it because my town just completely piled up with trash, so we're not doing that again right now. Alright, I'm gonna extend some commercial down this road as well. I think eventually we're going to do some mixed use on this road, but for now everything has to be separated, so we're just gonna do some commercial. And of course down here is where I wanted to put my industry. We're gonna probably get some demand for that pretty quickly. Let me extend some roads out for that. And I want to kind of leave a buffer here so that this area doesn't get too much pollution in it from the industry. So let's fill in some of this. Hopefully that isn't too close. It might be a little bit too close, but I'm hoping with the wind direction that it'll get blown away to the other side. Alright, we've got a little bit of everything now, so let's unpause this. Let's wait for stuff to build in. It looks like we are getting some demand for the medium density residential. I had forgotten that we had already reached the next progression level of this city, so we have already unlocked that, which I think I'm going to put probably right over here, and I will actually put some here as well. We're gonna try to fill in this area and make this up here be kind of our dense downtown area, I think. Don't come for me for saying this, but this one is a little bit easier, in my opinion, to play than, say, SimCity 4. You don't have to worry as much about the money aspect and about the strategy of where to build stuff and all kinds of other factors. Some people have compared this to being a city painter rather than a city builder / strategy game, and I can somewhat agree with that in its current state. There's a lot of mechanics that either are turned off or just don't have that much of an effect on the city. For now, that's okay for my purposes. I am terrible, if you can't tell, at doing the most efficient type of cities. I'm here trying to make this look like a beautiful city. So my goal for this isn't necessarily to create stuff that's super efficient. I just want it to look good. So it looks like here the waterfront properties are fixed now. They are looking pretty good, so I'm glad to see that isn't a concern anymore. That's kind of why I was putting off playing this, just from hearing those reports from other people. I'm gonna rezone this. I'm sorry to all of these people, but they'll get over it. We've got a little bit more demand for industry, so I'm gonna unlock this next tile right beside it, and I'll probably also do this one as well for whenever I'm able to place the geothermal plant. Now let's take a look at our development point here and see what we want to unlock with that. We don't have enough yet to get to that geothermal power plant. We do have the emergency battery station that we have to unlock first, so I'm probably going to do that. I don't really see the need in placing that just yet. Perhaps I will later. Finances are already in the positive, so we are making 12,700 a month right now, which is pretty good. We're gonna need that eventually once we unlock our other services such as education, fire, police, in order to place some of those more expensive buildings. Now I'm gonna rezone this area down here as well. I'm gonna have to think about expanding the city here pretty soon. We've already used up a lot of our area here, so we're gonna have to put some more roads in here. I think I'm probably gonna do another grid. And instead of this road being here, I'm gonna delete that and I'm gonna connect it up. It's not going to be entirely even, but that's okay. And just like that, we've reached the small village milestone. Take a look in our progression panel. We have unlocked the regular medium density housing. We also get a couple more development points, so we can unlock that geothermal power plant now. We also have education unlocked now, so we could also put a college in. That's something that probably needs to be done soon as well. We could also unlock a hospital, and that is going to be a must here pretty soon. Also, I might actually get started with the education here first before we do the power, since we are making quite a bit of money already. So let's unlock the college. Now, I'm probably not going to be able to place that yet. We aren't making a whole lot of money, so that might put us in a deficit if I place that right away. I'm probably going to build out the city just a little bit more before I do that. As far as the elementary school goes, I want to make sure everybody has decent connection to that. So I'm going to place that probably right in here. We also have some extensions we can unlock. We're probably going to need a cemetery here as well, now that we have unlocked death care. So let's place a cemetery down somewhere. I'm thinking over here might be a good location for that. I'm gonna surround that with some more roads as well. I think this also has some extensions we can put on there. We can upgrade that with a temple. Alright, so we place the extensions on the cemetery here. I think this is going to look really good whenever I start to landscape this area around here. Alright, now let's go ahead and put in a high school as well. We're going to need a lot of space for this too. So I'm thinking that this could go along this road up here. And this has a couple upgrades on it as well. So I want to at least place the sports field so that I can see that we have enough room for that. Let's place that up here, and then I'm gonna continue to extend this road. Uh-oh. There we go. I was thinking for a second I didn't have enough room to place that, but luckily we do. And just like that, we've unlocked the large village now. Things are moving pretty quickly. I'm gonna place a school library on here. I don't think we need the extended space just yet. We don't have a whole lot of people living in our city. It's super hard to build at night. I can't really see what I'm doing. As far as these zones go, I think what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna rezone this area right here to be just a regular medium density. We're gonna get some larger buildings in here. There is lots and lots of commercial demand as well, so I'm gonna continue this and place some more commercial right along this street over here. We can also now place our police and fire stations, so let's do that real quick. That's gonna be really important to get those up and running. Uh-oh, we've got a crime being committed right now. We don't have a police station yet, so that's gonna be another thing we've got to put in right away. Uh-oh, we've got some stuff getting abandoned now. We're starting to lose money here as well. We're really gonna have to expand this industry over here, so let's get started with that. I'm gonna extend this road right here along the coastline. And eventually, I think I'm going to connect this up and create another entrance to this highway, so the big trucks and everything don't have to go through the city to get onto the highway. I'm going to do a nice big road all the way across here, and let's go ahead and put some more industry in here. Once again, we have a lot more commercial and medium density demand, so I'm going to rezone this area. We also have some more development points now, so we can unlock some more stuff. Let's go ahead and unlock, first of all, a hospital. And then I think with my remaining 2 points, I'm finally going to put that geothermal plant in, and that is so we can start making money off of exporting all that power. So let's go ahead and place that. I'm not sure which side the road is going to have to be on. I think that's going to be... I was hoping to rotate that. Can I relocate that? So we want that to go on the other side here. It's not entirely connected up to the card just yet. There we go. And with that, I'm going to connect this right up with the rest of our city and to the outside, and we're going to start exporting some power. Just like that, we're back in the positive once again. I knew that would be a great solution to our problems up here. Still lots and lots of demand for medium density. So we've reached the next milestone now. Got a couple more development points. We've also unlocked now the low density offices. So with that being said, let's put in some more offices now. I think we can use that to our advantage and put some of that in with this kind of undeveloped zone that I have over here. I'm gonna place a bit more of the low density business, and then we're going to do some low density offices all along here. We also have some demand for the recently unlocked low rent housing. This is kind of strange in this game. I know this is likely to get abandoned here pretty soon because it needs to be placed in an area that doesn't have a whole lot of demand, so it can't have a lot of stuff around it, but I'm gonna place that right over here for now. Alright, I'm gonna rezone some of this area over here as well. And it looks like we have unlocked the parks now as well, so we can place some of that in. Don't have enough money yet to place the hospital, so I'm gonna wait on that. For right now, I'm gonna place a park in this little central area, and I'm gonna zone some stuff around that. We could do a campfire site, or we could do a dog park, small playground, small plaza. I think that looks pretty nice over here. And then we could do probably a small playground down here. And I'm gonna try to fill in the rest of this area with some paths and some more trees and bushes and stuff and make it look a little bit nicer. And it looks like somehow me placing this has dezoned this building right here. I'm not sure why that happened. That's interesting. I think that looks pretty nice right there. Let's go ahead and place some trees in here. There we go. Once those trees grow in, that's going to look really, really nice over here. Alright, I'm going to start developing this area down here as well, and I'm going to try to put some more commercial and office buildings in this space. I'm going to fill in some of this area with some office development. We're going to do some more commercial as well. I think I'm also going to extend out the medium density row housing in this space. We are slowly inching our way up to being able to afford to place that hospital in. I also want to get started early on the education of our city, so I think a college is going to be important for that. We could also use our development points to unlock some more things in here, so right away I think I'm going to do the advanced road services, and I would like to unlock highways as well. We have 1 point left. I don't think there's a whole lot that I can do with that just yet. I think actually what I'm going to do with that is get a welfare office, and then the next thing we unlock, I'm going to end up doing a university. I'm getting a lot of traffic build up right over here. It seems like everybody is trying to turn into this one road over here. It is not nearly as spread out as I would like it to be. I think what it is, it seems to all be taxis, which is really interesting. I'm wondering if a lot of this is just people that are trying to move in, because I'm interested why they're all coming from out here. I think this really signals that we're gonna need some public transportation in our city very, very soon. I'm gonna worry about that in our next episode. I think we've made some pretty great progress for just starting out. This is a pretty large city. We've already got some medium density stuff going in. It looks pretty nice. Maybe the design, the layout of it isn't the most efficient, but that's okay. I'm probably gonna work on that, redesign some highways and stuff in the next episode to make things a little bit better. But with that being said, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more of this content. I will see you on the next one.